Representative from Ohio, Marcy Kaptur. She's with me now. She has a master's from the University of Michigan, did graduate study at MIT, and still lives in the same house in the Toledo working-class neighborhood where she grew up. Kaptur's in her 14th term in Congress, the longest-serving Democratic woman in the history of the House.
Before we give one more dime.
She's an outspoken financial watchdog on three important committees: appropriations, budget, and oversight and government reform. A thing on the floor of the House recently, and I want to show my audience a clip of a speech in which you urge people to break the law.
So why should any American citizen be kicked out of their homes in this cold weather in Ohio? It's going to be 10, 20 below zero. Don't leave your home. Because you know what? When those companies say they have your mortgage, unless you have a lawyer that can put his finger or her finger on that mortgage, you don't have that mortgage. And you're going to find they can't find the paper up there on Wall Street. So I say to the American people, you'll be squatters in your own homes. Don't you leave. In Ohio and Michigan and Indiana and Illinois and all these other places where our people are being treated like chattel. And this Congress is stymied.
Wow. You are urging them to resist the law when the sheriff shows up to throw them out of their home.
I'm saying that they deserve justice too. And that the scales of justice in front of the Supreme Court are supposed to be balanced, and they're not. And that possession is 90% of the law, and that you have legal rights as a homeowner. You have a right to legal representation. You have a right before the judge to have the mortgage note produced by whomever in the system has it. Judge Boyko of Cleveland threw out 6 cases because when the foreclosures came up, the financial institutions couldn't produce the note. Our people deserve their day in court.
What's your explanation as an economist and a student of this financial system as to why the banks are taking so long to help the homeowners when Congress has allocated funds for that purpose?
I'm afraid that it's pretty obvious and it's very tragic. They have no interest in helping the homeowners. They make money with what they're doing. Bill, they expected a lot of these mortgages they made to default. Okay? It was in their models, a high default rate. Now, they didn't expect house prices to come down so much. That's where they got their losses. But they absolutely made these loans expecting they would have to foreclose on people and figuring they would make money on that. These are very smart, very profit-oriented people. I can assure you, if there was money in it for them, they would be negotiating various kinds of reschedulings of these loans. They don't want to do it. It's not in their interest. That's not where the money is. Follow the money. The money is where Jamie Dimon says it is. Jamie Dimon says, you ain't seen nothing yet in terms of his lobbying in Washington. He's on the record as saying this is his big initiative right now. To spend more time in Washington, more time cultivating all those relationships on Capitol Hill and in the executive branch. And you know what else Jamie Dimon said to his shareholders? To his shareholders meeting this year. He said, with regard to 2008, the year of what we regard as the greatest financial crisis, an absolute human tragedy, he said, Jamie Dimon said to his shareholders, this was perhaps our best year ever.